Guys, we're here with the one, the man, the myth, the legend, Johnny Wonder.
What's up, everybody?
He's gonna give us a tour of the Callaway tour truck. We're here at Bay Hill.
Bay Hill, soon to be deceased Callaway tour trucks. We're getting a new one.
Yeah.
This is the truck. We're kind of wrapping up, so it's a little bit of a mess, but I'll give you the dime tour. So I kind of call this like the demo area. It's sort of the graveyard too. So whenever a player tries a club, if it doesn't work for whatever reason, it goes in here. So if you're ever wandering by and you see this bag, these are like open game. You can kind of grab. So when guys on a truck go out and play, this is the bag everybody peels clubs out of because they're dead. They're dead soldiers. So that's that bag. So our truck. So this is an older truck. We got a new one coming in about, what do you think, Greg? For like a month, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Yeah. So like there's probably $500,000 of product in this area. This is where all the shafts are. So all your favorite. You start up top. You got TPT and KBS. Pretty much any shaft you can think of is in here. Obviously Fujikura, a lot of Ventus product. The new TRs right here, which has become a pretty popular one on tour if I can get it out of the drawer. But every flex you can think of, even some flexes they don't sell. So some of these will go all the way up to 9X, 10X. Then you go down the line, you have the new Kylie product, Kylie Blue. This isn't out yet, but it's out on tour. Mitsubishi, Diamana, 1K, all those shafts are in there. Aldila. So this is kind of a cool story here. So like John Rahm plays the Aldila Tour green. He's been playing it for like 12 years. And the worry there was that Aldila wasn't making him anymore and they were going to run out of the shafts. So our Callaway Tour team made a deal with Aldila. So now John's got enough shafts to last him until he dies, basically. So that's cool because he's never gonna pull this shaft out of his driver through, but that's the shaft. He's never gonna see it. Then you go down here to Graphite Design. This is kind of cool. So this is the popular kind of, I call the popsicle stick, the 80 DI shaft. Some of our players don't like the orange, so Graphite Design will make it in black for them. So we keep a few on the truck. Xander played this for a long time, but Ron plays it in his 5-wood, so we'll keep a stock of those on there for him. And then Project X, RDX, all that stuff is in that drawer. So then this is where, so on the new truck, Joe Toulon, who runs our Odyssey tour program, will have his own fitting studio, Quintex, on the truck. But this is where his kind of workstation is. You can see we got bags of, Tri Hot 1K, Toulon Design, Odyssey 10s. You got all these grips and everything you can think of in here. So it's kind of grips galore. This whole area up and down is all grips. He's got a little head cover drawer here. So sometimes we have like custom head covers. So they'll do. It's kind of low on stock right now, but that's kind of like where all the goodies are for that. And then if you want to go over here, so this is where we keep all of our hats and balls. So every week, we open the week, Jacob Davidson and the guys will fill up bags to stock lockers. So you can see you got Maverick McNeely, John Rahm, Stephen Kim, they all have their custom hats. They're all in here, and they'll fill up bags and they'll go in their lockers for the week, along with golf balls, which are right here. As you can see, you got Wallace and Mickelson and Rahm, and everybody's in there, depending on what ball they play. The only reason they're in the white box is for sorting, so we know some of the guys have custom logos. So the reason why they're a white box, the same ball you can buy at retail, it's just we mark them in a different way for the players if they have custom logos. And then we got more putters here, obviously. This is a digital loft and line machine. It's a one-of-a-kind prototype that they built at the Callaway R&D. We're testing it now to see if it will work on the new truck. So it got a whole camera laser system. I couldn't even explain it to you, but it's that potentially could be our new loft and line machine. It's got this computer here. It's actually pretty cool. And then we'll go to the big drawer. It's what everybody likes to see. So Rogue ST is the driver of the year right now. So this is all of our products. So you have Rogue ST Triple Diamond, which is a tour only head. So this is kind of the middle ground tour head here. It spins a little bit more. It's a little more shapeable.
Is that the same one you can buy?
No.
Okay.
The LS is the one you can buy.
Okay.
So we have Triple Diamond, then we have Triple Diamond S. The S stands for speed. It's a 440cc head. Same DNA as the Triple Diamond. It's just in a smaller package. Gives players a little bit more maneuverability. So players that like to hit it left to right, right to left, players like Xander, that's their head. You see who Kim plays that head as well. Then you go into the Triple Diamond LS, which is the John Rahm head. This is the one you can buy at the store. Same exact head. No difference. The only difference between retail heads and tour heads, is the faces on tour are thicker and heavier. So there's always that myth that tour drivers are faster. They're actually not. They're slower. And the reason why we do that with the faces on tour is they hit so many balls, and we have so many. They test drivers so much, so you have to mitigate the risk.
Right.
So these start out slow as the year goes on. Obviously, so you have a player that plays the same driver all year long. At the end of the year, it could get fast or hot. It doesn't happen very often, but that's why we make heavier, faster. Heavier, thicker heads.
So do those come in around 230 CT?
Yeah, they come in. I forget what the delta is, but it's like within plus or minus 5 of that.
Okay.
It stays in a pretty tight pocket.
Yeah.
And all of our heads kind of live in the 193 to 198 gram head weight range.
That's without a cog?
That's without a cog.
Okay.
So if I was going to get on the mandrel here, you just plop it on there, and that's 195. So if a player, if his gamer driver's 199, they'll take this weight out of that weight to match all the head weights to get the properties the same.
Okay.
And then you go out, you can truly go apples to apples. And then these are the Max LS retail heads. It's the same one you can buy in the store, no different. And then we have another one here, which is called the Max LST. And the only difference in this one and the Max LS retail heads, this one has phase progression, which basically means onset. So the reason why they do that is that tour players like a right start line. This sort of ensures a right start line. Some players like it to start right down the middle and curve from the middle. Some guys like it to start right and curve back from there. That's what that head's for. So to mitigate the onset, they had to add 0.75 of loft. So if this says 9 degrees, it's at 9.75. That's why they do it that way. It's kind of a mad science. There's a lot going on. This is where all the finish clubs go. Here are all the wedge sets. As you can see, we try to stay about a set ahead of our players. So they'll make them up to their exact specifications at HQ and then send them out. So obviously you can see here, Rombo just got a new set in on Monday. So when his wear out, these ones are going to play. So he's got Rambino, he's got a baby on the way. So those are his next gamer. So probably match play, these will go and play.
How often are guys switching?
Some guys every couple of months, some guys every month. It depends how much they practice. Yeah. Some guys like sharp grooves. Some guys like, take a non-staffer Jason Day, he'll play the same wedges all year because he likes when the grooves are worn down. Yeah. Some players like that, some don't. This is all the wedge drawers here. This is the wedge station. Wedge and irons are all built in this area. So we keep a lot of old product as well. So you got some old MD4 product. This is all the new jaws. So you can see we got all the raw heads. They stock them up. Every 2 months they'll restock these drawers for wedges. And then you go over here. Obviously you got the Mitchell off the line machine. And then this is the iron drawer. So you got your raw TCB, which is like Rom and Xander and all those guys play that iron. We do keep old product. These are old Apex Pro. So this iron inspired this iron. So they're pretty much the same DNA. This one has a different center of gravity than this one does because this one you can remove the weight here. This one you have to add weight to the hosel to get to swing weight. That's the big difference. And then sometimes you'll find some cool stuff on here. So this is a total one-off set of clubs that they made for Francisco Molinari. It's an Apex MD, it's a Japanese version. Pretty cool. Nobody plays those, they just kind of sit there and look pretty all day. And then, the last part of it's, you have your grind machine. So when Roger's on the truck with us, he'll come in and grind wedges for the players. Simon Wood does most of our wedge work on a day-to-day. And then more irons here. Raw MB from 2018. These are raw Apex 21s. And then we will go down. This is just all grip doors here. So anything you can think of. Lambkin Golf Pry, they're all on here. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's the tour.
Any cool prototype putters Toolon's doing?
Not this week because Joe's not here this week. When Joe's here, you see all sorts of goofy stuff. But there is some cool stuff. This is actually a pretty cool story. So Dylan Fratelli, this is the most one-off.
The sandwich, the cavity back sandwich.
These are the most one-off clubs on tour. There's only 3 of these that exist. So these are the 2 backups that we just got him on the truck. So he likes to play with an 8 wedge. He wanted to see what the same test would be like if he had a TCB sand wedge. So they went in on the computer, and in CAD they built out what it would look like as a 55-degree wedge. So they built him one. He loves it, so they built him 2 backups. So I'd say with the labor and everything that goes into these are probably a couple of grand a piece to make.
Was that what he hold out on 18 with last week?
No, that was a lob wedge.
Okay.
Yeah. I asked him that. I was like, 55. He's like, no, because he doesn't. The reason why he does it this way is he only uses this for full shots.
Okay.
He never uses the chip, very rarely. So that's why that's there.
Obviously, you guys had some Arnold Palmer swag this week for Bay Hill.
We did. We just don't have any around here. That's the problem. So we have some really cool head covers that they made, but they sent them back to HQ. It's Wednesday, so they're starting to ship everything off back to HQ. But we did do some stuff like for Torrey, for example. We did Camp Callan, which at Torrey Pines used to be on a military base. It's called Camp Callan. So that's one of the Odyssey head covers they did for that. So yeah, we do have. If you go around the driving range this week, you'll see some white head covers on the Callaway staff bag. Those are the Arnie Palmer head covers for this week. So yeah, that's the truck, dude.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having us.
We'll see you soon.
All right.
Yeah.